Okay, good morning. This is Business Math B. This is Miss Lee Russell, and we're going to talk about some of the basics of supply and demand. And you will find some of this information in your project 4 that you'll be working on. And you'll also find this if you take an economics class. There'll be information on it in there too, okay? And with supply and demand, the basics are pretty much all world and all businesses and people exist because of our supply and our demand. Usually the demand comes first and then they provide the supply, right? And we can understand our own individual needs and we know how to meet those needs. So in business, we can relate to that the same way. And in business, the needs are very similar to demands. And meeting the needs are similar to providing the supplies. And there's definitely patterns in business regarding supply and demand, and you will see what these are as we progress. First of all, the definition of supply and demand. In classical economics, it's the relationship between supply and demand, and it determines the price of an item. And this relationship is thought to be the driving force in a business. So a demand for an item increases. When that increases, the price rises. When manufacturers respond to the price increase by producing a large supply of the item, this increases competition, and then the price goes down. Modern business economics proposes that other factors affect the price, including regulations, monopolies if you're the only company making the product, and modern techniques of marketing and advertising. A good example we see of this all the time is when there's a brand new product coming out with features that no one else has. The prices will be very high, just like the new phone that's coming out. A lot of the new smartphones will specifically try to have features that the other phones don't offer. So then they'll be really expensive. And then as soon as 3 or 4 other phones come out like that, then the price drops because you can pick that phone up anywhere. So there's a large supply and there's competitors, so then the price goes down. Here's some of the basic rules you can remember for supply and demand. If the demand increases or it's high, then the price is going to be high. And if the demand decreases or it's low, then the price is low. That's with demand. Now it's the opposite for supply. If there's a large supply, a high supply, then the price is going to be low. And if there's not much supply, then the price is going to be high. Obviously, the cost of the product and what it takes to make the product will affect the selling price. So this is an example from your project 4, page 2. If a product states that the demand is high and the cost of the product is very low, what do we know about the price? Okay, so even though a lot of people do want this item, the cost isn't very much. So that would mean the price isn't going to be very much. Here's another example. If you have 2 products that are comparing which one has the higher price, A or B. Okay, let's look at these 2 products. One has an average supply, the other one has a low. They both have the same demand. And one costs more than the other. Okay, well we already said if the supply was very low that would make the price high. And the cost is very high too. So we know that B would have the higher price. The supply is low and the cost is high, so that would make it higher. Here's another example. Project 4, page 2. We're going to compare two more products. Okay, and this one the supply is high, so we said that makes the price lower. There's a whole bunch of them, right? The demands are the same and the costs are the same. So which one's higher? Well, we know because A says there's a lot in supply that that's going to be the lower price. So we know that once again, B has the higher price. Okay. I've included several variety of video clips on this subject. There's so much out there that you can view that goes into more depth as far as supply and demand. But I picked some that I thought would be really good examples for you. So feel free to watch those. They're usually 3 to 5 minutes long. Okay. And for those of you watching this video live, once I stop recording, I'll do a poll question, and then this will be your participation points for being in class live. For those of you watching this recording as a recorded session, I should say this presentation is a recorded session, these 5 questions, you'll need to respond to these 5 questions. It's the same 5 questions for every recorded link. You could find this at the bottom of your participation requirements announcement. And basically you can click on the link or cut and paste it to your top line of your computer screen. It's a writable document. Once you open it, you'll download it onto your computer and then you can type right on it. And you'll need to email that back to me to get your participation points. Okay? Don't forget when you come into Adobe, if you look to the upper right, I have all the projects and the formulas needed for them. Okay, this week we're on week 4 for some of you, and some of you are on week 2. So you'll find the formulas listed here. You can either write them down, cut and paste them, or you can go to the bottom left corner of my presentation, down here on the bottom left, and you see that highlighted. We're going to look for Business Math B projects. Here it is. It doesn't have a number on it. You can download or upload that to your computer. And that is the entire document you see in the upper right. That'll help you with the formulas for your projects. Okay? Thank you for coming to a basic presentation on supply and demand. Hope you have a wonderful week, and be sure and give me a call or a message if you have any questions. Have a great day.